So you built up this insane operation, and I guess at the time you're trying to legitimize yourself, so you start doing real estate,
Yep.
and you're doing I guess a 24 unit motel.
Yep. I did the motel. I did apartment buildings, tire shop, junkyard.
So you're just buying up property whenever you could.
Yeah, I just buy stuff. I have money. I just buy it.
How do you buy something when it's drug money? You got to put in someone else's name, I assume.
Yeah, you do that, but I mean, that's the way you try to protect it. You don't keep nothing in your name. Very little things in your name. You put it in family members, people you think you can trust. But yeah, that's how you do it.
Okay. And were you actually building the motels from scratch?
I built the motels from scratch.
That's crazy.
Well, you pay for it. When you got the money to pay for the lessons, everything you didn't learn in school, you just pay for it, and they teach you how to do it.
How much was your first motel? Like, how much did that cost? Do you remember?
400,000.
Oh, that's it.
Yep.
That's not bad.
No.
Okay. But over time, you were building multiple hotels.
Yeah. When they started chasing me, I was building 3. I had 3. One under construction. We were as far as had the bulldozer over compacting the dirt. The other ones, we were finishing up the contracts on the buying, and one we were doing the design for the plans.
Right, because I guess your plan was, I'm going to ease away from the drug business and have this real estate business that's going to make, enough money for me to live comfortably.
Yeah, I was trying to. I figured with the hotels, my first hotel when I opened it up, and I ran it my first couple months. I ran it myself.
Mm-hmm.
I was making $5,000 a week off of a $400,000 investment. So for me, that was like, wow.
You make your money back in a couple of years.
Yeah. So I figured that if I had 5 of those, making 20,000 or better a month, that's $100,000. Then I could go all the way out to drug business and just run motels.
Well, and
do the same thing with motels that I did in the drug business. Start with one and let the one buy the Hilton.
Right. But then the police started the Freeway Ricky task force.
Yep.
And your crew was called the Freeway Boys?
Yep.
Okay. And, you got arrested once. Well, and I guess there was $1 million bail.
Oh, that was the time I turned myself in.
Okay, so you were on the run, and you turned yourself in.
Yeah, they lied on me that night, man. They had been raiding my houses pretty hard. They had been hitting my people pretty hard, but they hadn't been able to find no drugs because I didn't keep drugs in the house. I had a policy to keep the drugs in the trunk of a car, and they raiding the houses and they keep coming up empty. So they got hipped and said, "Well, we're just gonna start bringing the drugs with us."
And start planting the evidence.
So they started planting the evidence. So one night, what I did is I moved to the valley. I started working out the valley. I said, I'm not going to work in LA no more because, my people will go anywhere. They probably would drive to Texas to get it.
Right.
So I said, I'll just move to the valley. So we moved to the valley. But this one night, we've been playing basketball, and I was like, man, I ain't seen the homies in a long time. So I go by my tire shop, and I looked up, and all the fellas was in there. They were shooting dice and stuff. So I go in there and high five everybody and talk to them and tell them we're gonna be all right. We're gonna bounce back. Just let everything cool down a little bit. So everybody walked me out to my car. I got in the car, me and Cornell. Cornell was in the front. I was in the back. So we take off. And I hit my car in the alley. I thought I hit it in the alley. And I'm going down the street, and I see this car coming behind me with no lights on. And I'm like, man, it's a car coming behind us with no lights on. So, Al had that cannon. Al had a 41 Magnum that he always kept with him. And so he pulled it out the bag, and he's like, yeah, I'm going to give it to him if they put up, they trying to rob us. And we turned the corner. And that car pulled right up on the side of us and let it swindle down, and it was Tomar. And I didn't know Tomar. Al did, because he had just got out like 2 weeks before. He had raided Al's house and put a trash bag over his head, tried to make him open the safe.
Right. Tomar was a sheriff.
Yeah, he was the sheriff.
Yeah.
The one they called Diablo, the devil.
Hmm.
That's what he called himself, the devil.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So
So he was actually torturing your guys and stuff like that. I remember he put,
oh yeah,
yeah, he was trying
tortured.
to suffocate
They
him.
went to jail for that. That's what they went to jail for, torturing. They electrocuted a guy.
Right.
Big Puddin got out of jail behind what Tomar and them did to him.
Right. Well, I guess the guy that, your guy that he tortured with the garbage bag wouldn't tell him, even though the safe was empty,
Yeah, he wouldn't tell him that the safe. He wouldn't give him the combination.
even though it was an empty safe.
Yep.
Well, that's a real loyal guy you had on your team there.
Well, he wasn't loyal to me. He was loyal to himself. That was everything that we did. He did for himself too. I don't really like the concept of boss, an employee. I mean, like, we partners. This is yours too. You got to protect this like it's yours. When people work for you instead of for themselves, they don't put the same type of energy in it. And I like to be looked at. And I was my partner. He had $125. I had $125. It just so happened that I outworked him, and everybody knew me, and they thought he was my bodyguard. But I mean, he could do whatever he wanted to do.